I was out clubbing with a few friends once, back when we were about 20 to 21 years old, at a local vacation hotspot, when I gained absolute proof of the fact that women do in fact like feminine guys. Now this doesn't really say much about whether they like crossdressers or not, as you will see in my story, but they do in fact like feminine guys, at least young women of 20 to 21 age bracket do, apparently. I'm not going to share more detail about the location of this local vacation spot that I mentioned, because I do not want the people involved in this story to actually recognize themselves should they ever watch my videos. We went out clubbing to this place with a couple of friends of mine, as we did quite often back in those days, and yeah, I was pretty femme back that day. I wore some long baggy cargo pants, and they weren't fatigues, they were black, plain black, and wore with a pair of black buffalo boots that I no longer remember where they are. You know, those big old chunky boots with the big thick soles? They went well with the cargo pants. The cargo pants I still have somewhere, but the boots, I have no idea what happened to those. And I topped it all off with a long sleeve black crop top that exposed my midriff. I felt really courageous that day, and I even wore some eyeshadow to round out the look. Now, this place was a little bit of a rave kind of location, so even with that minimal makeup on, I didn't actually stick out like a sore thumb. Some people did eye me a little bit suspiciously, however, but you know, that only made me feel edgier and cooler back then, so yeah, it obviously didn't discourage me. The actual environment was, you know, conducive and accepting of this kind of extreme kind of femme look that I was working with that day. Now I remember I felt really good about myself, and you know, I was you know, sort of feeling, you know, the music and everything, so there was some really good vibes there. We were having fun and doing our thing in this little weird but quaint little party location. It was half outdoors, half indoors sort of venue, located in a hillside near a lake. So it was a beautiful little place, and it was like the perfect spot for the party. So yeah, and there were plenty of people around too. So, and as I mentioned, the vibes were good. So we were having fun. We were walking around, and as we were walking around, we walked by a group of girls, and one of them just sort of slapped my rear, and I was like, yeah, I was shocked, not gonna lie to you, but I was shocked in a pleasant way, sort of like, I didn't actually know, however, what to make of the situation. I didn't know whether this act of hers was a sign of attraction, or whether she just wanted to degrade me by showing domination, you know, obviously, the obviously femme guy, that she perhaps felt that she would degrade by dominating this way, through this sort of gender reversal act. The giggling of her group of friends didn't promise much good either, so I kind of just threw a sort of clueless smile her way, and I just walked on afterwards, so I didn't take the initiative, obviously. As the night wore on, I kept glancing her way, and I noticed her checking me out often as well. So there was definitely some kind of an attraction element working its magic there, but I wouldn't dare, you know, to get up and go over and get something going, because as I said, the situation was quite ambiguous and I didn't really know what to make of it. Now for a while we kept up this back and forth, you know, sort of, you know, checking each other out, but at one point she just seemed to get a little bit annoyed, and she got up and started walking in my direction. Not going to lie, I was a little startled there, because I didn't know what her intentions were, but she came up to me and she said, listen, she shouted in my ear over the loud music, because we obviously could barely hear each other, She shouted, "Listen, sister, I just love how edgy you are." And, and I was like, I was absolutely swept off my feet. I was like, yeah, this is pretty much the perfect way this situation could unfold. And she said, "I also realized that you weren't gonna walk over and you know, get anything started, so I decided to make the first move." And obviously, I never actually I never actually made the first move. I always sort of expected the girls that I fancied sort of to make a move, and obviously that kind of explains why I was not really a womanizer back in those days, because I was always expecting them to make the first move. Sort of an underlying sign of my femininity, if that's probably what it was. Because you know, women are the ones who expect men to make the moves, to take the initiative, and I sort of expected them to take the initiative, because you know what they always say. I mean, they always say that women are the ones who really choose. Like men, they sort of offer up the merchandise and then women choose. So I was like, if you're the chooser, then you make the first move, which was obviously wrong on my part, but that's just how I was. I don't really make the first move, I told her. Plus, your little group over there is a little bit intimidating. I find them a little intimidating. Don't worry about them, she said. They think you're hot too. So, and I was like, yeah, I think you're hot too. So, yeah, she pulled me onto the dance floor, and the rest, as they say, is history. Unfortunately, there is no happy ending to this story, because this whole sort of relationship thingy that we struck up there didn't quite develop into anything. I wasn't a local, and I didn't drop by often, so really didn't really have any chances, any realistic chances of taking off. Plus, later I heard from her friends, from this girl's friends, that tragedy had befallen her, and that she had had an accident which left her badly hurt. So yeah, that's you know, a situation that I really don't even want to think about anymore. So yeah, guys, that's my story of a girl picking up a crossdresser, or rather a feminine guy that I was back then. You know, you might, with a little bit of a stretch, you might consider me a crossdresser even then. But definitely, I want to make it clear, I didn't look the way I do right now. So I wasn't wearing dresses, I wasn't wearing pantyhose, I wasn't wearing makeup, and didn't have a wig on. I didn't even have a particularly long hair to go with this whole look that I just described for you guys. So yeah, you have a pretty good idea of what went down over there. Let me know in the comments, guys, whether you have ever had such experiences while on femme. And I know many of you have, because I chat with some of you over at crossdressers.com or other cross-dressing oriented sites, and you have told me stories that by far trump mine. So yeah, I'm really dying to hear what you have to add to this one, and yeah, do feel free to share your stories and experiences down in the comment section. It's pretty much it for today, guys. You know the drill. Hit that subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell to get notified every time I upload a video. And I'm going to be doing that pretty much every week from here on out, hopefully. And even if I do happen to take a break now and then, do not despair, because I will be back with a vengeance. Now, I'm present on other forms of social media as well. You can find me on TikTok, you can find me on Twitter, I'm on Blue Sky, and yeah, you name it, I'm on Facebook. So all you gotta do is just run a search on me. Catch Queen is the name, and Google is your friend, apparently, still. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today. See you around. Bye bye, hasta luego.